Hey there guys, it's Greg T here, doing just a quick overview tutorial on how to add new slides to your slide deck in Meeting Hub. The reason we're putting this in here is that there's ways of doing this and duplicating a lot of the information that may be that you may need from other slides and stuff, and also just as a quick overview and guess visual tutorial. So let's kind of do that. Right now I'm going to be using the BNI Optimum deck just as an example. We will remove the slides afterwards, of course. So immediately we're going to go up to the meeting area and we're going to go to the overall agenda. What that does is, of course, it opens up where we have everything, and it breaks it into the different sections. You'll see there as far as the open networking, special announcements at the beginning, introductions, so on and so forth, and it goes into each section. Now, how we do this is through this, I guess the areas here up at the very top. We're going to, in this case, I'm going to say it's a new event area. Now it says event custom. Reason being is that we've actually created a new section here in the BNI Optimum overall agenda. Let's scroll down and see where that is. So events custom, so event stuff, and it actually shows this upcoming event slide, which is a new slide that we did create. So a good way of seeing how that works there. What I'm going to do is create another slide under that section, just for the sake of this video, this visual tutorial thing here. So let's go in there. So we're going to go events custom, and we're going to say, okay, so here's a good way to start. You can see here over on the right-hand side, we have copy for an existing slide or new. The reason the copy part's there is we can actually go into any section we like. Say let's use the networking and education one, and we can pick, okay, let's showing any member or the vice president's report, and we can pick, open categories, whatever, let's just say open categories for the sake of this. And we're going to say, okay, copy. Reason we do that one here is, now watch this. As we open, it actually has the short codes for being able to feed the information that we've already entered in the other areas of Meeting Hub. So already feeds there. There's a lot of different things you can do there. So that is one thing that can be used that way if you like. You can also click any of these buttons here over to the left-hand side to create, add, change, so on and so forth. In this case, let's go for settings. You'll see here, background image. You can upload an image. You can, select from the library. The library should have a whole bunch of different background images that have already been installed and set for Meeting Hub on a regional basis. Again, you can upload images, you can have solid colors, so on and so forth. In this case, we're not going to do any of that, so we're going to actually, I'm going to get out of here, go to previous slide, and then go back here, and it reloads the slide as is, so we're good there. Now, on the slide type here, we can change, and add some of the extra things here. So if we say that this is a featured speaker, for instance, one, where the user or the president, I guess, when they're doing the presentation, you can say, here's all the different options you have as far as a slide. So that's the internal way of doing some things. Again, I'm going to kind of go back previous and go next and erase that stuff here. Next, on the text side, if we double click on that once we've added a text box, you notice that it allows us to do some of the changes. Now, this is a little clunky in that it's kind of hard to manipulate through some of the stuff without seeing it, but you can do it and you get used to it very quickly. Notice here on the right hand side the insert variables. So it allows you to pick any other variables and stuff. So say meeting city, and we can put that, say, we meet here. Bang. Or let's say, proud BNI chapter in, and we'll leave that there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to make this bold. We're going to increase the size to a 10 here. That's good. And I'm going to change the coloring to, we'll just pick a red. Now in that, okay, if you're not sure as far as what red should be used, there is the BNI branding guide, so you can get the hexadecimal colors in there too. All right, so that's just something to be aware of on your end when you're doing this. Where you find that, let's do this really quickly here. So I'm going to actually go to my regional dashboard here, and BNI Optimum again, go to the chapter communications folder. In the communications folder, you're going to see a whole bunch of different stuff here as far as, all these different files and stuff. Those are all shared in all chapter communications folders for the LET and the communications leads. Now in that note there, you may see some extra things here. That's just because this chapter has a few other things that they've individually internally, but which this folder is used for. But right here, the brand standards manual is there for everybody. So as we kind of go through there, we're going to get to our brand colors. You notice the hexadecimal is right here. I'm going to copy that, go back here, back to here, and we're going to paste that in place. Now we have the actual right colors to be using. So awesome. So that's there. Once you've done that, we're going to click OK. Always remember that. And you see it's only small, so we're going to increase that. Now, you know, maybe the text is too big in this case. I think it's fine, to be honest. So we're gonna stick with this. See what this is. So proud chapter, and I'm gonna get rid of the categories wanted stuff. We don't want that. How you do that is you click on the box and then you hit the delete at the top. And we're gonna get rid of this box too, so we don't need that. Proud BNI chapter in, that's good. Now to add a graphic, all you do is click that, it automatically adds a graphic, then the same thing as the text. Double click, and then you upload graphic, and you can find, you know, where your graphic may actually take place. We're gonna say, let's use that one there. I kind of like that. Click there, it uploads that, we click OK, and then to make that larger, we just simply drag this. It does it, you know, as far as it keeps the ratio stable right from the very beginning. We could actually in this thing, we could take this and make it, you know, center it there if we wanted to. You can't make it larger than what the actual area is on the slide though. So that's one thing to be aware of. Okay, I'm just going to leave this here. Again, this is for a tutorial version, so it's not a big deal. Let's go here too. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to justify this in the center so that we make sure that our text is always in the center in this one. There we go. Nice. Now, timer. We can add a timer or progress bar if we want to in there, so that's there too. Files and links. We can create links to different files and things within our whole. Oops, delete that there. There. Now you notice there something happened there as far as the timer thing. I'm just gonna click OK. It shows up there, but the trash can button is not there at the top right. How you do that is you double click and then delete from those ones. So there is, like I said, there's a little bit of clunkiness in there, but there's ways of doing it. Now in the preview, that is exactly what it's for. Lets us know, okay, there we are, chapter in Calgary Southwest. Go back to the outline, you see that, we see this isn't quite big enough. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Now let's do our preview. Bang, nice. We might say, okay, that's not quite good size-wise. Let's decrease this a little bit and say, okay, there we go. So good, and we go back to outline to do this. So it gives us, you know, ability to do that. Now what we say for custom slides period, ideally, if you have a PowerPoint presentation, you want to create it in PowerPoint or Google Slides, you can take that entire presentation, export it as an image, and then put that image here in place using the graphic thing here. And that is pretty much all. So here's what you can do. We can do a whole bunch as far as bringing things to the front. If we want this to be, you know, here, or want to send it to the back, we can move things, you know, that's where all this comes up. We can show and hide the grid that we use for, and right now it's set to snap to grid, which means it will automatically go into, you know, into these boxes in the top corner here. That's awesome. I'm gonna get rid of the grid back. And that sends it up. Now, once you're done, the only thing you have to make sure that you do, okay? Oh, and there it gets something too here. The presenter edit aspect ratio is 16:9. Okay, so 16:9 is the way to do it if you're creating your individual slides and importing the full graphic. So back to the ones if you created in PowerPoint or Google Slides, all you have to do is export your entire presentation, you know, each one as JPEGs, and you can pop them in, and there it is, it's already there. Now, no, it doesn't do a lot of the movement and stuff like that. No, you do not have the ability to add your images and so on and so forth. Not images, sorry, but your videos. I'm gonna actually do something right now, just as a quick YouTube thing. I'm gonna go in, and I'm going to, let's go to the BNI Alberta South account here. I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna go into the channel, and we're just gonna pick this video right here. So let's kind of do that. I'm going to go share. I'm gonna copy that link, and what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pop that in here and say here's a new one, and we're gonna go select presentation, link to URL. There we are. Okay, so what happens now, okay, if we go to, okay, that was a preview and outline. Okay, so I'm going to, so we'll just wait. When this is all done, here's what we do. We make sure that we click the save button, or else this entire thing will disappear. So that's saved. Remember, it is now saved in the events custom area. And we go to all sections. You can go down and see where that is. As per what is available to your chapters before, we can go into, now it's called open categories. I forgot to rename it. So let's just say this test slide. I'm going to do that. Now I'm going to save it. Now I'll go back here. There it is, test slide. Now, in the overall presentation, when there we are. When the president goes in there and they get to that section, here's the events custom, here's our test slide, and it does show up there. I'll be honest with you, the link that I added there is not showing here, but here's where it does show. Okay, right there, open link. We do that, and it will actually open a video right there. So there is a way of doing this within your presentations as far as. So here we go. This is going to. See, so that is a way of doing that. You can perhaps potentially do that with sound as well, but it does involve opening that link and playing the sound externally, and it pops it in their places. So that is about it. Gonna get rid of this here, stop that part, and if you have any questions, do let me know. For the time being, I'm gonna go in, take that test slide and delete it, because we don't want that to remain in the presentation and suddenly show up in BNI Optimum's thing. So that is everything. If you have any questions, do reach out anytime, of course, and enjoy. Take care.